Alright, we are back with another movie review. This is the second one I'm doing. Well, the first one on my podcast channel, but second one on my reaction channel. I decided I'm probably going to post these on both channels, and whoever sees them, I feel like it kind of fits both channel goals, if that makes sense. But yeah, welcome to the Scary Movie 6 movie review. The first half is going to be spoiler free, so don't got to worry about that. Then I'll let you know when we get into the spoiler part, and then you'll have to leave at that point. Without further ado, I don't like wasting too much time. I'll get right into it. It's your boy T. Let's get into the review. Yeah! Alright, so right off the bat, I'm gonna tell y'all, is it worth seeing? Yes, actually. I think if you're a fan of the Scary Movie series, I feel like it is definitely a movie to go see. I did see a lot of people on social media saying prior to the movies, well, not prior to the movies, but prior to me seeing it personally, that a lot of people didn't like it. They felt like it was garbage, it was trash, it was everything under the sun. Just got done seeing it earlier today with my dad. It's a pretty enjoyable movie. It's extremely funny. Without giving too many spoilers away, they did do a really good job at keeping it pretty, what's the word I'm looking for, familiar with the earlier scary movies. Not 3 and 4, but like 1 and 2. It was extremely funny, a lot of hard laughs. There was plenty of moments where me and my dad were sitting there just like dying laughing at the entire scene. I feel like it was extremely fun watch. I feel like if you don't go in it with the mindset of trying to look for a very serious movie, which I feel like I realized a lot of people were doing, they would go see Scary Movie 6 looking for like a real serious movie. But like that's just not what a scary movie is. You have to go into it expecting the movie to be what it is. And I feel like for what it's supposed to be, which is a spoof parody / movie, I think they accomplish it pretty damn well. But yeah, pretty short, straight to the point. Now we're going to get to the spoiler section, so this is your chance to click off the video, and I will see you on the next video. Alright, so all my peoples who are here for the spoiler part included, let's get into it. So, I will say the very first 5 minutes of the movie, I'll say they felt a little forced. A lot of the jokes felt like they were trying too hard to be funny. And the jokes really weren't landing. And I know me and my dad had the same sentiment when we talked about it after the fact. That like a lot of the time when they would make certain jokes, like for a perfect example, when Shorty first pulls up at their college, right? He's talking to his niece and his nephew, and he starts talking about like, yo, this is what's wrong with you Gen Z niggas. That this is like this and that. Calling me unk and shit. It was. You could clearly tell he was trying to be Shorty from a Scary Movie from back in the day. And at first, it didn't feel like it was landing. And I feel like they were leaning too hard into like the newer age. Like they were trying to lean too far into making jokes that would resonate with like a younger audience. But like it just didn't hit for me personally. Like I said, the Gen Z jokes, my bad. Wow. The Gen Z jokes. And they didn't hit because like, oh, I'm being sensitive. They just weren't funny. I'm not gonna lie. And like, there was a section of I think it was talking about Bitcoin being up like 3 mil and then being down 5 mil. It got a little chuckle out of me for sure. But like, it felt too forced, if that's the right word to use. But after that first like 5-10 minutes, that movie took off. It was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. 2 of my particular favorite scenes, funny enough, actually, were when Ray had first showed up to the church, and it was supposed to be like the parody of Sinners. Boy, if I can find the clip online, I'll put it up in a second. But dog, when I tell you that shit had the theater, I was in crying, bro. Him coming in there, I'm not gay. Woo! I'm not gay. Woo! I'm not gay. Woo! And they start talking about lady boys and shit, and they start doing all the crazy shit with the mic. Yo, that shit was killing me, bro. One of the funniest segments in the movie. And then it did feel like they were jumping around a lot. But like, that's to be expected when it comes to scary movies. It's a giant parody movie. And it was cool to see a lot of the OG characters come back. It was also cool seeing Tiana Taylor in the very beginning of the movie, for sure. And her whole New York thing. You messing with a New York bitch. Da-da-da-da. And she did a little corner like, yeah! Dog, that shit was killing us in the theater, bro. OD funny. I thought it was a pretty good start. That's the thing. I say the first 5 minutes. That was technically the first 5 minutes. Her part was funny the entire time. After it went from her to talk on a Tuesday, which was supposed to be a play on Wednesday, obviously. When it went to Tuesday's original part and it kept going, it was kind of like, eh. Like Tiana Taylor's part hit, and then the Tuesday part came on, and then that whole segment, it was kind of like, and after that, like I said, it took off. But what I really want to bring attention to is pretty much the final sequence of the movie when they were all at the crib. They were all at the crib, a Halloween party, da-da-da. I found that to be like the most hilarious sequence of the entire movie, albeit it was the end, so you kind of got to go out with a bang. But bro, they just started throwing so much shit in there, like out of nowhere. And it was hilarious every single second of it. Like, you know, all the gags that they were setting up throughout the movie, they all like come together in this final culmination. I think they did a great job. What really threw me off at one point was when, so they did a spoof of Get Out, I think is what it was, the teacup and shit. Okay, Craig, I know you're about to get on me, bro. I never saw the movie Get Out. I seen like bits and pieces of it here and there. Never seen the full out movie. And I still want to watch it. I have to just find time to, you know, watch it all the way through. You know, Shorty was sitting in the chair with Ghostface Killer, da-da-da. And then you'll notice I said da-da-da a lot. But yeah, they were sitting on the couch talking to each other, told him to fall, and he falls into this dream where, you know, they had a parody of the K-pop Demon Hunters girls on there. And then I don't know. It's hard to explain. Obviously, if you're still here, you've probably seen the movie and don't care about the spoilers, or you haven't seen it and don't care about the spoilers. But like, you know the scene I'm talking about where he falls to the chair and he's in that little dimension and he turns into like a K-pop hole. I think is I couldn't tell exactly what Ghostface said. I think he said a K-pop hole or some shit, a K-pop cave. I can't tell. Couldn't tell what he was saying, but yeah, the K-pop Demon Hunters girls came out, and then he started like having like a foursome with these demon girls who became even more demon-like, and it was having bro's ass licked by like a demon cat. It was all over the place. It was definitely like one of the weird, like probably the weirdest section of the movie. Just sitting there like dog, what the fuck is going on, fam? You feel me? Like, it was really weird going on. It was like it threw me off the movie completely. It was just a really odd section of the movie. They caught me a little bit off guard. But yeah, that shit passed. All the weed jokes were funny as hell, per usual. The Shorty entrance, I thought was cool as hell. And that big ass smoke cloud come out, and you see him come out. You feel me? So take a hit of his blunt. You feel me? That was hard, right? We love to see it. You feel me? But yeah, you know, final sequence was funny. One of the parts that was really funny to me, it was one, I can't remember his name. It's gonna bother. I'm really bad remembering names of anybody, whether it be IRL or movies. Shorty's nephew is out there walking to the shed. Ghostface busts through the door, and nigga turns around and he whips him. Ghostface whips him. He falls to the ground. He was like, "Yo, are you serious right now? Whip, bro?" He was like, "Yo, my fault, bro. Like, it's not even like that, fam. I just found the shit in the shed." So he turned around and he sees Ghostface hanging a noose from the tree. He's like, "Dog, are you serious right now?" He was like, "Yo, like, bro, come on." So then he turns around again for a third time, and Ghostface Killer pulls out a gun. He was like, "Oh wow, okay, another black man falls victim to gun violence." He was like, "Bro, that's not even fair. Like, yo, bro, calm down. I'm trying to murk you, nigga. That's not even fair." Talking about some of my best victims were black. Like, that whole shit was funny, bro. But prior to that, when he had asked Shorty how to go down on the girl, let me just say, the way Shorty was licking that blunt, if a nigga ever passed me that, licking it like that, you gotta go. You might be having to get taken out. I'm not gonna lie. I know y'all. He was like, yo, he was making love to the blunt, and I get it. And I get it. I really do. But that's crazy. Don't pass me that shit no more. That's crazy. But yeah, so then fast forward, when he went to go give his girl some head, and he went down the first time, she was like, "Don't, you know, just be warm, my pussy gangsta." It smacked him in the face, like, what the hell? Went back down, kept eating her out. You know, he was sitting there, like, he's just like me for real. I'm not gonna hold you. Hold on. Yo, my pops might see this video. I'm so sorry. Yo, Dad, my apologies. I just thought about that last second. We're not gonna cut it either. I'm a very upfront and honest man. but yeah, like whole time doing this thing, and then it comes back up, and her shit is a blunt. I remember sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, dog, like there's no way. And then he went to go light the shit. Like, bro, that movie was killing me. But then, yeah, the whole Ghostface Killer, the nephew died, did a boom, boom, boom. I'm about to say da again. Boom, boom, boom. Go back in, and then the whole sequence just keeps going. And it's just joke after joke after joke. I found the movie to be hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then seeing Anthony Anderson in his shack at the end of the movie caught me for sure off guard. Yeah, they go and they kill the two original Ghostface killers, right? And they're like, who the hell is this? Takes off the mask, Anthony Anderson. And then he's like, boom, you know, this was me. Then I brought Kevin Hart. And funny enough, the Ghostface Killer next to him was really short. Take off the mask, you see Shaq. Shaq? Yeah, Kevin said no, bro. Alright, fam, I guess. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, and then that whole sequence, bro. And then it was so funny. I didn't even mention this part. When the three white folks, I can't remember all their names. I know Sydney, Tuesday, and they kept calling him a Jeffrey Dahmer looking motherfucker, and the Ted Bundy eyes. Him, they all came to the door, talking about like, can we come in? She was like, why I gotta come in? White folks always be inviting themselves to shit. You feel me? Why I gotta be invited in? Talking about some, we not into all that half gay shit. Here come Ray talking about some, why I gotta be a half gay? Come on, bro. Like, yo, the joke, like, it was an ongoing gag the entire movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. They did a really good job at just not making you tired of the joke. So again, like, if you're seeing a movie, I would assume that you are a fan of the Scary Movie series, so you already know what you're getting yourself into, and I feel like they did an amazing job at making it so you never got tired of the jokes, and you never really got like, here comes this joke again, here comes this. Like, you never really got tired of what they were doing. And it felt fresh every single time, which I really enjoyed. But then, yeah, the end sequence comes out, Shaquille O'Neal, and then when they're stabbing Shaquille O'Neal, Ray was like, what size is your feet? He was like, size 23. What size is your dick? Huh? Come on, bro. Yo, he has to go. Like, the overall movie is extremely funny, and all the blackish jokes they were making with Anthony Anderson. Man, it was definitely a very enjoyable movie. I remember thinking the first like 10 minutes, like, damn, I hope they don't sell us out, because like the jokes really aren't landing. But then once it picked up, and it just kept going. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I'm trying to do better with not fluffing the videos out. I know a lot of YouTubers do that a lot just to get a little bit more viewership, and I know where they get monetized and a little bit more money. But like, I'm not getting paid for this. So I don't need to really fluff it out. But also at the same time, even when I do get monetized eventually, I don't plan on, you feel me, fluffing my videos out. I want to get right to the point and honest about it. I'm not going to sit here and keep wasting your time. Obviously I have my like end of the video announcements or like little talks I do. If you're not new here, you know at the end of every video I usually have like a 2-3 minute talk just with the camera pretty much. If you're also wondering if I keep looking off to the side, I just got a new camera. You know, shout out my pops. Got a new camera. And I'm looking at the little screen on the side. I'm getting used to using an actual professional camera. Looking at the screen off to the side to make sure I'm still like in frame and stuff. But yeah, nah, overall a very enjoyable movie. I'm not gonna keep wasting your time. It's already 15 minutes long. Yeah, hope you guys had a great afternoon or a great morning or a great night whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Shoot, peace. I hope your name be Bert. God.